seconds as this one is underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
51. Tighten up, tighten up.
5.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Ready?
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Take 4, take 4.
Snap.
On the carry, it's Cook. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
What you got? Huh?
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Begin, begin, begin.
Ready?
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Let's go.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Vikings.
Ready.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now a handoff here to his running back. 20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
26 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Down. 50. Plant. Hey, exit.
Hey, tight down. There you go. 541.
Right up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bass. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Bang, bang. 2 draw Corkers. 2.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pull it high.
Switch.
Five.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Double time.
2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
To throw on 3rd down. Yoder. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
60 or. X3. 218. Chop it. Ready.
1st down. Here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Being chased out left. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Yoder escaping the pressure right. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
What is that? Like 88! Mike 57. Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. On 3rd down, Mixon. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Yoder. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Protein spill. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Yoder flush to his right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, Adam Gase turns to the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now this throw caught left side. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
54. I got one. Pick the edge. Come.
From his goal line here, Watson into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Check 99. Check 99.
Alert!
Watch out.
10-24.
Check 3.
Now Joe Mixon. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Get ready.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Slide, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. This is Mixon on the draw. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
54. Echo. You better be afraid of me. Right there. 54. Right there.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans push further out in front. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Come on, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Yoder. Throw left side complete. That's Leonard. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing on first down. Yoder got his man complete over the middle. That's Leonard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. David Onyemata busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's third down.
Where's the tap? 19!
Bend it! Bend it!
Let him go!
From his end zone, Watson on third and long. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. This is fielded at the 27. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had.
Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Vikings take over.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That goes for a gain of 31.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
We're set. 19.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
24.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
It's a party now. Let's go.
Here's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Vikings score first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now Cook, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the ground, it's Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
You ain't doing nothing today.
To throw on 2nd down. Yoder. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
He likes to sneak in.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, first and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Rip right. Hey, 6-6, pull it high. Ready.
From the gun, Yoder. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Running for it. Here's Cook. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. So give him the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Let's go. Ready, 60 yards.
Check 24.
Hit it.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They try again with Cook. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. They'll try to run this one in. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Good set. 19.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Defense. 36, 36. Alert
54.
Alert 3.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Here's Watson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end. Zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
X3, 218, chop it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, check.
5.
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down in inches. And it's complete to Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Ready? 90 Wolves.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 8 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and through. And that will shave one more off this lead. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
I got him.
2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And a decent effort, but they'll mark him down about 3 yards shy of the first.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Echo.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I don't think you got it, son.
Hey, 31.
Take the creeping.
Hey, 34.
Take this creeping.
Check 37. Check.
22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
That's what I'm talking about.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
You ain't going nowhere.
Again, it's Mixon. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
You got him. You got him.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
That's it, baby.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is no good. Close, but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
I'm trying to collect.
24.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Chris is set. 19.
54. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.